My name is Sal Luciano. I'm Executive Director of AFSCME Council 4. Dan Malloy is one of the few people who understands all parts of government and how they work together, whether it's infrastructure, the importance of being able to get by on our streets easily, whether it's public safety, whether it's good education for students, whether it's being able to provide access to higher education and the American dream, or whether it's about access to good quality health care. Dan Malloy is the person to bring that to the state of Connecticut.
We're here tonight to put a nomination and name for the next governor of the state of Connecticut.
I'm Paul Valley. I'm president of Local 2663. I represent social workers and supervisors in human and social services. It's about time we had someone who was an administrator that could bring that facet to the government that we haven't had for a long time. We've had career politicians. We've had men coming in that wanted to run it like a business. It's not a business. We need someone who has been an administrator, who knows the different factions of government, knows how they have to play together, and understands that the relationships between management and labor are important.
Do I hear anybody to rise to put the name into the nomination?
I've seen what Dan has done in Stamford, and I would like for him to bring his leadership to Hartford because he's exactly what we need.
What I'm talking about is a completely different relationship than you've had with any governor in recent time. The bargain I made with the employees of the city of Stamford was, I will give you every tool you need to do your job, every piece of technology you need to do your job. Be trained on it, use it, and make a decision. And you know what they did? They rewarded me. They made my city a better place. They lowered crime by 64%. They allowed us to build housing when no one else was building affordable housing. They made sure that the education gap that exists in so many urban areas was starting to close in the city of Stamford. They did the things that you want to do and have not been allowed to do.
I support him because after meeting him several occasions and talking about issues with him, he is on top of them. He understands what's going on, and I know that he's going to be doing the right things and taking the right steps to get us back on track again.
Because I know he understands the problems that the towns are having and the tax issues that people have.
My name is Richard Dietz. I'm the Vice President of AFSCME Local 1522 out of Bridgeport. We're down in the 4th CD. We've had a long relationship with Dan Malloy over the years, and I rise in proud support and endorsement on behalf of our local and Council 4 for the next governor of the state of Connecticut, Dan Malloy.
He supports the working families and the middle class.
He comes from a background of blue-collar workers. He's going to make some very tough decisions, but he's going to keep in mind the people.
And I know that Dan will fix the property tax issues that are facing the towns.
I am also a member of our armed forces, Connecticut National Guard, with 29 years of service. I've also served 2 tours during Operation Iraqi Freedom. And I support Dan Malloy because I know he has our back.
My name is Moises Padilla. I am a correctional officer and Vice President of AFSCME Local 387, Cheshire Correctional Complex employees. The key questions within the organization that we represent are safety and security issues. Dan understands those issues.
We represent approximately 35,000 members, public service workers and workers in the private sector as well. He has a proven track record and he understands the issues.
And that's why we stand with Dan Malloy.
And I stand with Dan.
I stand with Dan.
I stand with Dan.
I stand with Dan.
And that's why I stand with Dan.
I stand with Dan.
I'm Sal Luciano, and that's why I stand with Dan.
I'm Dan Malloy, and I approve this message.